rally up today in reaction to the presidential election results. And a general question you may have is, what's going to happen to my money? Well, we want to give you your answers. So Jason Brown, stock expert, is here now to break things down a little bit for us. Jason, thanks so much for being here.
Bree, thanks for having me.
Of course. So the Dow was up. A lot of things were up this morning, actually. Why do you think that this was the response this morning?
You know, the stock market doesn't like uncertainty. So if you look at leading up to the election, the market sold off over 200 points if we're talking about the S&P 500 and over 1,000 points if you're looking at the Dow. But now that we have the America's choice of a winner, the market now, when I say the market, S&P 500 corporations, they now can determine how they're going to spend money, what tax structure they believe they might be under, and what the regulations may be under the new president. So they can plan out and move forward. And so investors can also start to think about which companies they want to align with and they think will profit from that.
Now, when we take a look at history and what's kind of happened after an election before, is this a pattern that we've seen?
This actually is a pattern. So if you look back over the last 9 out of 10 elections going back to 1984, the stock market rose double-digit percentages in the following year. For elections, the stock market rose on average about 20% going back to when President Obama was elected. In the following 7 days, the market has typically rallied about 20%.
Now, do you think that this is going to continue? I mean, we've got President-elect Donald Trump. He's back in the office. How was the stock market performing in Trump era versus Biden era?
So I think both presidents came in at a time where, we obviously got hit with COVID under the previous Trump administration. And so we bottomed out and the stock market's been rallying ever since. The good news is President Trump is now coming in an economy that's rocking. It's recovered from the pandemic. And so if he can build on top of an already strong economy, keep inflation down, I don't see any reason why the stock market party can't keep going.
And are there any specific industries or sectors that you think are going to be positively influenced here?
There's a few sectors that will be positively influenced. So energy is going to be one of the sectors, particularly oil and gas. The Trump administration is a big fan of drilling and bringing the oil back home and using our own resources. You also have technology may or may not benefit from a Trump administration. You had some of the DOJ and the antitrust suits that were going on in the previous administration. However, the Trump administration is very big on tax breaks and tax cuts for corporations, which will help them fund investment, hiring, and research and development, which could also help the technology sector as well. And if you've been paying attention to anything, you know that Elon Musk kind of aligned himself with President Trump, which could help a Tesla when it comes to autonomous driving and some of the things that he's trying to accomplish.
And let's talk a little bit about cryptocurrency. We also saw Bitcoin skyrocket today. What's the future of cryptocurrency? I know it's not a traditional form.
So crypto is a unique asset class because no one can really explain why it goes up or why it goes down. But what's important to note is that before President Trump was elected, his company or family, they launched a cryptocurrency company. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and a sign that says there's going to be a pro-crypto president, which may ease the restrictions on cryptocurrency or figure out how to make it a primary currency. And I think that's why you saw the crypto market rally in the day.
And what do you think are the risks and opportunities that investors should be aware of when it comes to Donald Trump and his policies?
I think the biggest risk when it comes to people's money is not being in the stock market, regardless of who's president or whose policies it is. On average, the stock market returns about 11% return. And so I think don't get so caught up in each president and their policies, but if you can look long term, the biggest risk is not being in the stock market. Whether you voted for him or not, I'm not here to play politics. What's important is the market rose today. So if you're investing in your 401k, if you're in the market at all, you got a little bit of bump in your wealth today.
And Jason, you are adding author to your list of accolades. You got a new book coming out called 5-Year Millionaire. It talks about retirement, which is also something we should be concerned about, right? Those 401ks, those Roth IRAs. Tell us about the book.
The big thing about the book is not just about retirement. It's about how you can become a millionaire within 5 years using the stock market as a vehicle. But with respect to retirement, I talk to people all the time who feel like they haven't contributed. Maybe they're over 45 or 50. They feel like they're behind the ball. Or maybe you're younger and you're like, I don't want to wait till I'm in my 50s and 60s to enjoy my money. I'm going to show you in that book how a blueprint and a roadmap to get it done within 5 years, or catch up if you feel like you're behind using stocks and options. So that's what 5-Year Millionaire is about. It's about giving hope to the people that they too can become wealthy regardless of who's in office.
And when is it coming out?
It's actually coming out in January of 2025.
Oh, okay. Couple months, like 2 months.
It's almost here.
Almost here. Jason, thanks so much for joining us today.
I appreciate you having me. Thanks for having me.
Of course.